is Blue Cross Blue Shield Cubs postgame live.
They hang on, will stay at least one ahead. Into the deep left field corner. Bangs it off the wall. You better hurry.
Oh, it's a mistake.
And he's out to end the game.
Oh, boy.
Well, tough way to end that ball game. They review it, and they say he is out. Cubs lose 5-5, 7-0. A lot better than 2-9-0. Cubs fall to 39 and 31. Hello and welcome into Cubs Postgame Live, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois, along with Todd Hollingsworth. I'm David Kaplan. Well, pitching was just a little spotty tonight, and the offense never got rolling.
Well, again, they were playing from behind all game long. I mean, it was the tone that was set early by the Los Angeles Dodgers and those 2 home runs that kind of set the stage. It is their game. That's how they do things. They draw walks, they hit homers, they score their runs that way. They're not out there running around the bases, stealing bases, and doing things like that. They're kind of sitting back and a lot of times waiting for that 3-run homer. They got it from Turner in the 3rd inning, and it kind of set the stage. Hendricks recovered, okay. I mean, got himself into the 5th inning, and the bullpen did a pretty nice job, but offensively, we didn't get anything going either.
Well, let's check out our Sports Authority play of the game. It's not a Cub play, obviously. Justin Turner making it 4-zip Dodgers in the 3rd when he gets all of that one.
Yeah, we call it that cut changeup that he throws. That ball's moving away from him, but up in the zone. Again, we talked about this. At that velocity, you cannot miss up in the zone to big league hitters, really top to bottom in a lineup. And Turner's having a fantastic season for the Los Angeles Dodgers. In fact, he is their starting 3rd baseman now. Made the team as a utility guy. So he's having a fantastic year. Big home run right there for them. 3-run dinger, and again, sets the stage for the Dodgers, who hold on to win this ball game, and 4 of their runs come off the homer.
All right, time for our Cholula hot sauce pitching recap. It was Hendricks against Bolsinger, and neither guy was magnificent tonight. Obviously, Bolsinger a little bit better. He goes 4 2/3, can't pick up the win, even though he was staked to that lead. Hendricks goes 5 innings, but 4 earned runs do him in.
Well, again, the 2 homers. The rest of the ball game, I thought he was okay. Again, the game plan, it's so, we've seen the Dodgers now for 3 games in a row, and I mean, there's no denying what we've seen. The ability to use the slider effectively has worked against the Dodgers. They have not been able to square it up. In fact, we've watched a lot of strikeouts, including our bullpen doing it again tonight. If you could throw a great secondary pitch, but moving it across the strike zone, and unfortunately for Kyle, he does not have that ability. Really, his game has been 2-seam fastball, 4-seam fastball, and a very, very effective changeup. So maybe coming into this one, it wasn't a great matchup. So at times, he got himself into a bit of an issue. And that right there, to me, was actually the key to the Turner homer. That was an at-bat against Peterson right there, where he was ahead in the count 0-2, couldn't get him, ends up walking him, as we've talked about before. Dodgers taking their walks. That leads to the Turner homer.
Kyle Hendricks has allowed 10 earned in his last 2 starts over 10 innings. Not good.
Well, it's simple, real simple stuff. Balls up at the top of the strike zone. And as I said, under 90 miles an hour, consistently, you're going to get hit up there at the top of the strike zone. He has got to have that downward tilt. We talk about being vertical in the strike zone. 2-seam fastballs starting out above the knees, working their way down into the strike zone and being effective. I think back to the San Diego start, the CG he had. Lots of fastballs, lots of changeups, but everything started out mid-thigh, found itself at the bottom of the strike zone. He got a ton of ground ball outs. When you see Kyle and balls in the air, that's not a good combination.
All right, Bolsinger was decent for the Dodgers. Not great, but enough to get himself a position for a victory. Then he can't get through 5 innings.
Well, I mean, again, I think we were probably all thinking along the same lines. When the Cubs finally got something going there in that 5th inning and strung together 3 consecutive hits in a row, the idea was that we had a better feel against that curveball. They got him out of there. That was a great move by Don Mattingly at the time. I think if left out there, the Cubs would have gotten to him. And that was really the game plan going into this one. We knew that you were going to see a lot of curveballs, but really what it effectively did, as this thing went on, and he kind of lost that curveball, the effectiveness of it went to the fastball a little bit more. It had a good look for him to Cubs hitters.
All right, here is manager Joe Madden, brought to you by Xfinity.
Sharp. He got through it. The 3-run homer is the thing that really hurt, obviously. But the big blow there was the double by the pitcher with 2 strikes on him. That's the pitch you like to have back. And then it played into that eventual home run, and even I think it was the walk to Peterson, I think. But just wasn't, really sharp with his command at all. So it was just one of those nights for him. They got on top, but then again, we continued to battle back, which I really do appreciate. Again, we had opportunities. We had guys out there, the right guys hitting, and it just did not want to play.
Early in the season, when he was going as take off. Do you feel similar?
Kyle. Yeah.
How important is he?
Really, I mean, like, you had a nice thing going on right now, the last couple of days, and the momentum was in our favor, and we just needed a typically good performance out of him, and I think we would have been okay again. Their guy got off pretty good, but then we started to get back into it. But their bullpen's really good also, and you just don't want to start having to mess with that. Again, we did have opportunities. We did have opportunities. We just did not get to hit when we needed it tonight.
It looks like it really could have gone either way on that last play of the game. I mean,
Either way, I totally disagree with either way. I cannot believe the conclusion. I mean, even as a fan standing in the dugout at that particular moment, I wish that whomever made that call could have just been at Wrigley Field and look at our big screen if they wanted to see something definitive. To say there was nothing definitive right there, I cannot disagree with more strongly. I have no idea why they would say that. It makes zero sense to me whatsoever. Just being honest, folks. It made no sense. Play stands if it was confirmed. I could almost live with that. To say it stands, it's just not a really cool way to go in that particular moment. Game on the line, and it was obvious from that one shot that he was absolutely safe, no questions asked. And right now, I'm almost like curious if you need more than one confirming opinion in regards to making a change, because that might be the worst non-overturn I've seen to this point. Did I make that clear? Okay, good. All right.
With the injury to Turner, how concerned are you about depth in the starting pitching in the organization?
Yeah, I mean, it's always a concern. You do need depth there to really take you all the way to the dance, because stuff does happen. It always happens. But I know that our guys are working on it diligently, and I do believe that there are some guys that maybe are not getting all the publicity, but we do like. So we'll just wait and see how that plays. I don't get to see these guys pitch. I know very little of them except from what I saw in spring training. I truly rely on what I'm told in those moments. So we'll just see. But I have a lot of faith in our guys that put this whole thing together. Like I said, I've been the beneficiary of a lot of good stuff that has happened before me.
back to the last play. When they don't confirm it, are they opening the door there for questions?
Well, I mean, stands is going to happen often. I just think it really screams for an independent group back there to really research the video. That's what I think it screams for, as opposed to working umpires that are actually on the field. I think you should get just a bunch of nerds back there that know how to look at a videotape and then come to a conclusion. I think it'd be much more interesting that way for me.
Down three, I mean, the ball's off the wall. You're okay with the move?
Of course, you just cannot get thrown out there, and he didn't.
With Montero's at bat there, you're down 2, he's got a 3-0 count. Obviously, in his wheelhouse, he took a hack at it. Is that the philosophy there? If you can drive it, go for it?
Well, you just look at who's pitching, who's on deck, and what the matchups look like after that. I mean, he could easily put the ball in the stands right there. 3-0, 3-1, whatever. I just wanted him to swing, absolutely. It looked like it was a strike. I mean, from the side, it looked like a strike. He's got such good power all over the place. He's been hitting the ball relatively well lately. Yeah, I mean, that to me, I was really, really comfortable with that.
All right, there you go. Manager Joe Madden, none too pleased with the review that did not go his way that ended the ball game. Time for a break here on Cubs Post Game Live, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield. We'll be right back on Comcast Sportsnet.
Cubs Post Game Live is presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois. Through it all.
How's he going up there?
I need more time!
You only get a handful of minutes to start a new life.
We gotta go!
Keep looking! It's gotta be here!
He's coming!
So you grab what you need to get you through.
Oh, there it is.
I'm gonna go have our baby now.
Hey, keys! I'm so nervous.
You dreamt of a kitchen to cook, with details in every nook. Then I showed you a crack on the wall and found you a house that was a smarter call. Let a RE/MAX agent guide you. RE/MAX, dream with your eyes open.
You decided to downsize your home. Then I said the contract should include an inspection, which revealed you weren't alone. Let a RE/MAX agent guide you. RE/MAX, dream with your eyes open.
It's not far now.
Dad, where is this park? Looks kind of closed.
Get your road trip started today. For details, visit minidealer.com/countryman offers.
Now playing on DirecTV Cinema.
Wow, you're in the wrong sport. I want to start a cross-country team.
Based on the true story about a small-town team
Ain't no way I'm wearing these.
Then you're running naked.
that became a phenomenon.
You've given hope to this whole town.
They come to the family, I want that back.
McFarland USA, rated PG. Movies start at Channel 125.
Comcast Sportsnet, your home for Chicago Cubs baseball.
All right, time for our Four Seasons heating, air conditioning, and plumbing. Who's hot and who's not so hot? How about smoking hot? The local boy out of Northbrook, Glenbrook North High School, Jason Kipnis, 354, 31 knocked in, and a 19-game hitting streak. Boy, how did the two Chicago teams leave that kid on the board in the second round? Evan Gaddis struggling for the Astros. Shave the beard, dude. 259 OBP, a 228 BA at 63. Punch out. UPS store taking, you like that one, didn't you, Holly? UPS store taking care of business. Player of the game. Bombs. Addison Russell gets the Cub nod. He had 2 knocks tonight. He continues to creep that average up.
Yeah, nice approach. You think back to his first hit. You see the double right there. That's the fastball that he got right there, which was a nice adjustment earlier. And I really do think he was the one that rattled Bolsinger more than anything. 0-2 curveball, lined it the other way. So a couple of real nice at-bats from him tonight in the ball game. Not a whole lot of offense, but we'll hone in on Addison Russell, who's been getting it done lately.
Now let's take a look at the Cubs lineup tonight. DeNorfia at the top, 2 for 5. Anthony Rizzo, an 0 for 3 with a walk and a couple punch-outs, hit into a double play. Chris Bryant had a knock. Miguel Montero a hit. Starlin a 1 for 4. Chris Coughlin 0 for 2. Caesar 1 for 4. A bunt single. Hendricks 0 for 1. And Addison Russell, as we told you, 2 hits tonight.
Yeah, I think there's maybe a little bit of a lesson here if we haven't talked about it already. We know that our boys are a pretty good fastball hitting team, and I think that's kind of what the game plan for the Dodgers going into this one was tonight, to pitch a little backwards. Bolsinger might have been a good matchup for the Dodgers going into this one, knowing that you were going to see an awful lot of curveballs, and the effect that it had was what it did to his fastball later in the ball game. It looked much harder, and we didn't get the reaction. Our guys can hit 94, 95, and I think at times we've struggled a little bit with guys like Bolsinger who feature good secondary pitches, and you're seeing it out of their bullpen as well. Most of these guys are going to their secondary pitches quite early to get our big hitters out. Something to just kind of keep an eye on as we move down the season.
I'll be right back. Cubs Postgame Live, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield. Rolls on.
We're good together. We're good together.
Double the lovin' this summer at McDonald's with a mouth-watering double cheeseburger and small fries for just $2.50.
We're good together.
Terry runs a small business, and he always brings more than just a deposit to the bank.
Morning, Terry.
Like my new glasses? I'll just put this in the tube. Can I get my change in bows?
So one day, when he told the teller,
I just won $1 million in the lottery.
she just rolled her eyes and said, just fill out a deposit slip, hon.
Okay, but I think I'm going to need a bigger tube.
Well played, Terry. You're living proof that anything's possible.
Where were you born? It's a question asked all the time. Because where you're from shapes who you are, inspires how you do things. And when that inspiration comes from a place this refreshing, this majestic, this... well, you get the idea. Coors Light, born in the Rockies.
This is history in the making. Cortez, 23 years old, first woman in the majors.
Never miss a moment. Get live TV on the go included with AT&T UVerse TV for just $19 a month for 2 years with qualifying bundles and 1-year term.
As I look out today, I'm moved by your hope for a bright future. A future where student debt crushes your dreams and where you move back home, share a bathroom with your younger sister. In short, good luck. You'll need it.
At Fifth Third Bank, we were curious. Could we help grads find the jobs they want? That's why we're giving away $1 million in job search training. Enter at 53.com/brand-of-you. Fifth Third Bank, the curious bank.
It's only an egg, freshly cracked at morning light. A real delight when you take that very first bite. Introducing McDonald's Bacon and White Cheddar McMuffin. Get one in a small McCafe coffee for just $3.50.
All right, let's look back at Todd's keys from the pregame show to a Cubs victory, sponsored by Blue Cross and Blue Shield.
Well, little did I know. Trouble with the curve. I kind of was just playing off the movie there. You know what I mean? The idea was that, but we kind of had some trouble with the curve. Bolsinger had it going early, right. And I felt like the Cubs had a nice little vibe going, and we're building on something there in the fifth, but they got him out of there. So good move by Don Mattingly. I think the stats would have kind of misled us there. I thought he might have stayed in the ballgame, but again, got him out of there quick. Didn't even get the win tonight. So. Yeah, well, I think we proved that that curveball is a good one, and why he has had his success this year. The cutter and the curveball was, again, talking about Kyle Hendricks and maybe kind of a variation to what his game plan typically is, knowing the success that we've had against the Dodger hitters. Didn't see it. As a matter of fact, that cutter or that curveball, if you want to call it that, change slider that he throws 79 miles an hour that slid across the plate, Justin Turner absolutely turned it around. So, again, that's not what we were looking for. I was looking for a little more horizontal, a little less vertical in today's ball game. Wasn't able to do that effectively enough early in this ball game, and the running game didn't exist because we were playing from behind, so scratch the last one.
Let's take a look at the NL Central standings. Cardinals, they just never lose, 47-24. No. Pirates get beat. They are 40-31, a half game ahead of the Chicago Cubs. And then bringing up the rear, the Reds 13.5 up the track, and the Brewers awful. 21 games out. With 12 months due, because they were in first a year ago at this time. We'll be right back. Cubs Post Game Live wrapping up, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Kate!
She can't go alone. Give me your hand! That was close.
Soccer! T'es d'accord? Top chef! Oh no! Soccer! Bravo! Top chef!
I guess I can only equate it to...
Soccer! Top chef! Soccer! Disco! Ha! 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 Yeah!
Say it and see it with the X1 voice remote from Xfinity.
What's all this?
My own line of products. Barkley 34.
Smells like a locker room.
Exactly.
What's this?
The Rebounder. It's a dating app for the newly available.
Sounds promising. Can we build it?
Yes. CDW installed our HP per line servers with Intel Xeon processors so we can handle any data demands.
Any?
Any.
I like it.
Then you're gonna love Stir Charles.
A
attract birds this summer with Performance Bird Seed from Menards. Country Mix is an all-purpose blend that attracts a wide variety of birds. A 20-pound bag is just $5.88. Keep annoying pests away with Cutter Insect Repellent. This long-lasting spray protects against mosquitoes, ticks, and other biting insects. Right now, get 2 6-ounce cans of Cutter Backwoods Insect Repellent for only $3.
Save big money at Menards.
This is the Andersons' new Honda Accord LX. The car that will get them up and out for the evening with more horsepower and torque than a Ford Fusion S. With better fuel efficiency to help use less gas getting there. And because it has more interior space, they can arrive comfortably for their reservation. No wonder the Accord is the best value in America. Start something special with the Accord.
Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you in part by Cholula Hot Sauce, the flavorful hot sauce with the iconic wooden cap.
All right, let's check out the pitching matchup for tomorrow's series finale. A day game. John Lester against Carlos Frias. He's 4-5 with a .468. Lester looking for his 5th win of the year. Looked very good last Saturday in Minnesota.
Yeah, I'm excited about this one. Like I said, John has it. He has it working across the strike zone right now. Keeps it down. I think he's going to get great results against this Dodgers club. But the key is obviously keeping the ball in the yard. Did a nice job of that last time out. So dotting the corners, working that cutter inside, in on the right-handers is going to be effective as well. And for the Cubs, I think it's a real good matchup with Frias. 70 hits given up in 59 innings pitched this season. So I'm hoping that the Cubs offense starts to roll just a little bit more. I feel like we're a little dependent on the middle of that lineup right now, and hopefully we can stretch it out and get something going.
All right, we'll see how he throws tomorrow. Had a great month of May. Started June a little slow, but Saturday, that cutter was just filthy.
Well, I mean, we've talked about it many times. I mean, it really is the key to a lot of his success. When he's got it and he can effectively get in there on the right-handed hitter, it sets it up. But when he doesn't have his cutter, as big league hitters will do, they eliminate that part of the plate and they can look away. And John, at 92, 93 miles an hour, you know, some of the starts that he's had where you've got a little thump in the lineup from right-handed power, they can creep out there and just go out there and get him. So he's got to effectively get in there with that cutter. And again, when it works, he's really, really good.
Yeah, it'd be such a different vibe to take 3 of 4 from the Dodgers than to have won the first 2 and lose 2 straight.
Well, and playing into that St. Louis series, big game tomorrow. You take 3 of 4 from the first place Dodgers out west, and then you go into St. Louis with the hot Cardinals right now. I think it's a great place to be.
All right, that's going to put a ribbon on this edition of the Postgame Show. Thank you for watching Cubs Postgame Live, presented by our great partners at Blue Cross Blue Shield. Pat Boyle, Mark Shadowski are next with Sportsnet Central. We'll see you.
Hi again, everyone. Welcome back to Sportsnet Central, presented by GMC. With Pat Boyle, I'm Mark Shanowski.
The Cubs go for 5 in a row. We have a live report from Wrigley. Chris Sale would gladly trade his strikeout streak for a victory.
Chicago native Jahlil Okafor won't be the top pick in tomorrow's NBA draft, but he admits going second to the Lakers playing in L.A. isn't all that bad.
Plus, Kane and Taves with yet another honor. Hide the kids. We're going all out on Sportsnet Central right about now.
You are connected to Sportsnet Central, presented by GMC.
After walking off with a 1-0 win over the Dodgers last night, the Cubs sent Kyle Hendricks to the mound this evening, hoping to make it 3 straight over the NL West leaders. But the last outing for Kyle Hendricks did not go well. He was shelled at Target Field, giving up 6 earned runs on 11 hits in only 5 innings of work. Dodgers keep that trend going early. Second inning, Adrian Gonzalez goes opposite field, winds up in the first row. He now has 13 homers on the season, 1-0 LA. The Dodger bats would add on in the third. After a double by the pitcher and a 2-out walk, Justin Turner gives an elevated changeup a ride. That gets out as well. Dodgers go up 4-zip on Turner's 10th long ball. LA getting all of its offense in this series from the home run to that point. Cubs would rally off Mike Bolsinger in the 5th. Addison Russell rips a double in the left field corner. Mike Baxter waved around third. He's going to come in to score. The Cubs finally get on the board. Now a 4-1 game. A couple of batters later. Runners on first and third for Anthony Rizzo, who's been hot lately. But this time, he grounds into a 4-6-3 double play. Russell scores, but no big inning. Still, the Dodgers lead is cut in half at 4-2. Moving ahead to the 7th, reliever Juan Nicasio in a jam. 2 runners aboard for Miguel Montero. He worked the count to 3-0. Then on a 3-1 pitch, Montero flies out to medium deep left field. Score would hold going into the 8th inning. Edwin Jackson called on in relief for the Cubs. Does not provide any. NL Rookie of the Year candidate Jock Peterson at the dish. Ejax a strike away from getting out of it, but couldn't do it. Peterson singles to right. That scores Scott Van Slyke from second, and that would pretty much do it. The Dodgers get their first victory of the series, 5-2, snapping the Cubs' winning streak at 4. Well, we know Theo Epstein and Jed Hoyer are scouring the trade market right now for starting pitching help. And both guys at the back of the rotation are question marks for the Cubs. Hendricks was very impressive as a minor league call-up a year ago, but he hasn't been nearly as good this season with a 2-4 record and a 4.46 earned run average.
Just got to make better pitches. I thought I was turning it around there for a little bit, and my last 2 starts just giving my team 0 chance to win, which is pathetic, really. So, got to do something different.
Can you define things you've been working on, things that you feel you have to do because it seems like it's so close between when you're doing it and when it's not going.
Yeah, that's what it's been feeling like. That's why it's frustrating, but just working on command, plain and simple. Not putting enough balls where I want them to go, just not making enough good pitches. And to these hitters, any mistakes you make are going to get hit. That's pretty much it.
You go back and look at stuff like San Diego, you go back and look at that, you go back and sort of what was it like?
Definitely, yeah. You go back and you compare side to side your mechanics, what they look like, and there's not much different. I mean, it's kind of from the video, it all looks similar. It's just a feel thing, and I'm just not. The feel just isn't there. I don't know. I got to change something up in my routine or something I'm doing, my mentally on the mound maybe, but got to find something.
The first on the double play with Rizzo, pretty nifty little move on the score.
Yeah, that was a heads-up play. I mean, he was looking to throw to second, but then he realized he was standing right next to him, so he might as well just tag him out. Yeah, that was, a nice play. I did get some ground balls today. That was one of the things. So a couple nice plays by the guys behind me, but yeah, that was one good point.
Well, for more on the Cubs' loss and the continuing struggles of Kyle Hendricks, we send it over to our post-game live team, David Kaplan and Todd Hollinsworth.
Thank you, Mark. So today, Cubs snap a 4-game skid, but there's been a lot of good over these last several days. They beat Kershaw. They get a win in a game that Greinke started. The offense has looked okay. Just a hiccup tonight.
Well, it feels a little isolated, and that's really what it comes down to. I mean, the issues at the back end of our rotation haven't gone away. I mean, these are things that we've talked about all season long, but the good things that we do talk about is the competitive nature of this group, what this clubhouse has been like, how these guys play well together. I still think of DeNorfia being carried off the field last night in a 1-0 win. A lot of positives are going on right now in Chicago. It's an exciting group. Yeah, maybe a little tweaking would help out, but again, those isolated moments. And I think that was the feel of tonight's ball game, was after the 3-run homer, it was like, here we go. It's happening again.
There's a lot of trade talk going on about getting starting pitching here. Theo's even acknowledged it, that our team is short on starting pitching, and we have to go out and see what we can acquire. Do players expect it? Do they wait on it? Do they look around and think, the front office has got to get us something going here, or you pay no attention to it?
Well, I mean, the players know what's going on. I mean, they follow the media today as much as any generation of players. We did it in our own way when I played. What happens is it becomes obvious. And right now, some of the weaknesses of your team, whether it's offensively, defensively, with your pitching staff, they start to play out over, a period of time. The Cubs have played a lot of games now, and you look at what has ailed us and what's caused us some pain, and you look to correct it, especially for a young team team that is doing so many good things. We're winning. We're in contention for a playoff spot. Offense, good. Pitching, good. You know, certain things start to stand out. You look to your front office about this time of year and said, okay, what is the game plan going forward? How are we going to attack this? Is it Cole Hamels or is it somebody else? You know, and that's kind of how players tend to look at it. Are we going for the top guy that's out there, or are we looking to keep the story moving along in a positive way, but still stay kind of a young team?
Last one for you. If you were running a baseball team, and all of a sudden you've got a team that was not expected to be on a 92-win pace, and have a chance to get to postseason play as it's a building process, how much would you invest in adding on?
Well, I would do everything that I could possibly do to help this team out. You know, not taking it to the highest level. See, for me, the success in so many ways has been from the younger players, and it's been very, very positive. It also creates momentum in your system for those young players, believing that the opportunity is going to come your way and that you can produce at the big league level. I don't want to see that start to get broken up here. Listen, there's been a progression to this point in the season. I'm as excited as anybody about how well they're playing. I'd love to see it keep going. Yes, there's some answers out there, maybe on the, you know, in the trade market that you can get, but don't go all the way to the top if it's going to cost you your top guys in the system.
All right, for Todd Hollinsworth, I'm David Kaplan. Let's go back over to Pat and Mark.
All right, guys, thanks for working a little overtime, and it's time for you at home to weigh in with tonight's Twitter question. We know the Cubs are doing well right now, third best record in the National League, but do you think they're good enough to be contenders come September? Tell us why or why not using the hashtag Cubs Talk. We'll have some of your answers later in the show.
To the White Sox now, and they might be struggling, but there's always a Chris Sale start to help ease the pain, especially this afternoon as Sale looked to become the first pitcher in baseball history to record at least a dozen strikeouts in 6 consecutive starts. But the Sox ace would have to do it against the surprise of the Central, Minnesota, who've already beaten Sale twice this season. We had the game for you right here on CSN about 11 hours ago. Sale with his 4th start against the Twins this year. Phil Hughes on the bump for Minnie. In the second, Adam LaRoche providing some early support. Hey now. His 9th of the year, and the good guys strike first. Early on, Sale was cruising, struck out 6 batters in the first 3 innings, and he looked like, well, he looked like Chris Sale. Struck out the side in the 3rd. Hit a roadblock, though, in the 4th. Torrey Hunter sends one down the right field line, a little ground rule double. That would score Brian Dozier and tie the game at 1. Then Eduardo Nunez sends one into left center. That plates another. Carlos Sanchez doesn't cover second, so Nunez takes it. The first of many miscues for Robin's team.
Pretty much unbelievable because you take the double play out of the equation. It's one thing to see the Twins take the lead. It's another thing to fall asleep in the middle of the infield.
But Stoney, unfortunately, there was more miscues. In the 5th inning, Adam Eaton sends one to short. Doesn't run hard out of the box, and then he's out at first by a half step. So costing the Sox a base runner. In the 7th, Eaton with issues in the field. Shane Robinson sends one into center. Kurt Suzuki comes around, but Eaton misplays it, and the Twins add another. White Sox with 3 errors on the day as the Twins take a 5-1 advantage. That's all Hughes would need. He went 8 innings, 95 pitches, struck out 5. Sox offense only had 6 hits off him. They squander another 10K performance from Sale as the Twins beat the White Sox 6-1. Here's Eaton on his rough outing.
Probably caught it twice, but you know, thought the shortstop caught it, and then I thought Vargas caught it at first, and you know, but with that being said, I got to run every ball out, and there's no excuse, you know. No plays over until you know, the guys are starting to walk off the field, and you know, that should be the type of player that I am. Is a guy that, you know, doesn't finish. I should run through the bag even, you know. If the ball's, you know, hit back to the pitcher on a line, you know, it doesn't matter. I need to get to the bag and get to the bag quick, and that's my fault.
Back to Chris Sale. He did not set that MLB record with at least 12 Ks in 6 straight starts, but he did reach double-digit strikeouts for the 7th consecutive game. Longest stretch since the big unit. Randy Johnson did it in 2001. Here's Chris on the strikeout run he's on.
It's a lot cooler to other people than it is to me, but I appreciate it. It's cool to toss around, but be a lot better if we were winning more games, for sure.
That wasn't on your mind today?
No, I don't think about it. I go out and pitch. I got one job to do, and that's get as far into the game and give up as little runs as I can, and didn't quite do that today.
There's a lot that needs to improve offensively for us to give him a chance. I mean, if he goes out there and, every guy that's going out there, if you're feeling like, you give up more than 2, you're going to get beat. It's tough to pitch like that. So, we got a lot of room for improvement on offense.
Some drama down in St. Petersburg, Florida. Toronto journeyman pitcher Marco Estrada flirting with perfection for the second straight start into the 8th inning. Estrada getting some help from his third baseman Josh Donaldson. Check out this effort. He goes diving headlong into the stands and he makes the catch, keeps the perfect game going. The former Cub minor leaguer known for his hitting. That's one heck of a defensive play there in a big situation. But the very next batter ends Estrada's bid. Logan Forsythe, the chopper to third, the bare hand play. Donaldson can't get him there. It's an infield hit. Estrada went 8 2/3 innings, gave up only 2 hits, but wound up with a no decision. The Blue Jays would go on to beat Tampa 1-0 in 12 innings. Still ahead on the show, Stan Bowman explains how an offseason of change can sometimes be a positive. NHL fans can look forward to a brand new overtime format for next season. Jonathan Taves taking the Stanley Cup to Las Vegas for tonight's NHL award show, and the captain was honored for his leadership skills. Chicago native Jahlil Okafor won't have to wait long to hear his name called in tomorrow night's NBA draft. We'll hear from the former Whitney Young star when Sportsnet Central rolls on.
Sportsnet Central on Comcast Sportsnet is presented to you by GMC. We are professional grade.
A pitcher who can paint the corners is known as a Rembrandt. At GMC, we get why people love that kind of precision. After all, in everything we build, that's exactly what we deliver. This is precision. This is GMC. Now pay no interest for 5 years, plus get $2,000 purchase cash on 2015 Sierra SLT models.
What up, Wheels?
Mr. Automobile!
Hey, it's the Wheel Deal!
Hey, the Duke of Deals!
I know a few guys in the rental car biz.
Let's go, Wheels.
Rental car deals up to 40% off.
For over 50 years, Discount Tire has been the place where America saves on tires.
Nice car. Not so nice scratch. Wouldn't it be nice if removing ugly scratches from your car was this easy? Now with new Finish Scratch Doctor, removing surface scratches is easy. In fact, independent laboratory tests have proven Scratch Doctor to be the best scratch remover available. Scratch Doctor with advanced microtechnology also removes paint scrapes, scuffs, haze, and swirl marks. So get Scratch Doctor.
#1 rated Scratch Doctor, available at O'Reilly Auto, Lowe's, Pep Boys, Target, AutoZone, Walmart, and other leading stores.
Get your summer party on at American Sale. Right now, get up to 40% off pools, spas, and patio sets. And for a limited time, get 0% financing for 24 months. Or save $100 on every $1,000 spent. The more you buy, the more you save. Save up to $500 on patio furniture, $500 on above-ground pools, $1,000 on spas. But hurry, this sale ends June 28th. American Sale, 9 Chicagoland locations. Visit AmericanSale.com and get your fun on.
This 4th of July, Nissan's giving you 1,000 more reasons to celebrate. Choose versatility, innovation, excitement, and get holiday bonus cash. During Nissan's Free to Choose event, get up to 1,000 holiday bonus cash on top of existing offers. Hurry! Holiday bonus cash ends July 6th. Shop at your local Nissan store and choosenissan.com. Nissan, innovation that excites.
Back on Sportsnet Central, many Blackhawks fans were hoping to see the Rangers in the Stanley Cup Final. You'll have to settle for seeing the original 6 team on banner-raising night. Stanley Cup champs home and season opener will be Wednesday, October 7th. That will also be the night the Hawks raise their 6th Stanley Cup banner to the rafters at the United Center. By the way, the Hawks' second game, it's going to be in Brooklyn, the new home of the Islanders, on October 9th. Meanwhile, Stan Bowman and hockey ops are busy putting the pieces together for a run at a 7th Cup. They know the salary cap number and have a pretty good idea the cash that Brandon Saad will command as a restricted free agent. They also know they're going to have to shed some significant contracts. While Patrick Sharp and Brian Bickle are the names that are most likely to be moved, Bowman wants to make sure it doesn't disrupt the core group.
You know, looking at the success from our group here, we've had a lot of continuity, and our goal is to keep that going forward as much as possible. And you know, there's so much talk about players leaving, but I'm excited for next year. I think we're gonna have a lot of the main pieces back. We've got some young guys that need bigger roles, we're ready for bigger roles, and we've got some exciting new faces coming to the organization. So I think there's a lot to be excited about. I know that sometimes people don't want to focus on that, but you know, we're excited for what's to come here.
Stan was in Vegas, the site of tonight's NHL Awards show. The Board of Governors approved the process for cities like Las Vegas to submit proposals for an expansion team. And they approved a change to overtime next year. It's going to be 3-on-3 hockey for 5 minutes. If it's still tied, then they'll go to the shootout. And next year, there will be a coach's challenge limited to goals scored on potential offsides or goalie interference plays, but you must have a timeout to challenge. As for that award show in Vegas, Jonathan Toews did not win the Selke. Patrice Bergeron won his 3rd. Johnny was a close 2nd, but the Hawks captain did get the Mark Messier NHL Leadership Award. Montreal's Carey Price won the Vezina and the Hart Trophy. Aaron Ekblad wins the Calder as the Rookie of the Year. Way to go, Cuz. One last honor. The Hawks dynamic duo of Toews and Kane are your newest cover boys for the NHL 16 by EA Sports.
Great shot.
That is a great shot. Their marketing line, play together, win together.
And they've done a whole lot of winning since coming into the league. Well, now to the NBA, and it doesn't sound like the Bulls have the ammunition to move up in tomorrow night's annual college draft. Taj Gibson facing a 4-month rehab following ankle surgery last week, while Joakim Noah will work hard this summer to try to get back to his all-star form after an injury-marred season. That means the Bulls will probably stay right where they are at number 22 overall and select the best player on their board, possibly a point guard like Utah's DeLon Wright to back up Derrick Rose. Still, tomorrow night will be very special for Chicago native Jahlil Okafor. He decided to go pro after helping Duke to a national championship in his only season of college ball. Okafor is expected to be drafted number 2 overall by the Lakers, continuing LA's long line of outstanding big men from Wilt to Kareem to Shaq. And speaking to reporters today in New York, Okafor talked about the likelihood of being selected 2nd after Kentucky's Karl Anthony Towns.
That's not something I'm expecting. I would expect it the worst, which isn't that bad. I mean, I'm still going to be, you know, top 5 or whatever the case may be, and I'll still be living my dream of playing in the NBA. So I'll be excited either way. 2 is not bad. Being in Los Angeles, neither is being in Philly, especially not being in New York. So none of those are bad scenarios.
I think he'd prefer LA over Philly. Philly's got a lot of work to do. Kevin Love officially opted out to the final year of his contract with Cleveland, but that doesn't necessarily he's hoping to change teams. Love can pick up a couple extra $1 million by signing a new 1-year contract with Cleveland, then wait until next summer to sign a long-term contract when the NBA's new TV deal kicks in. That will dramatically increase the salary cap for all teams. NBA insiders are predicting a flurry of trades on draft night. We got a couple tonight. Michael Jordan's Hornets were busy. They acquired talented small forward Nicholas Batum from Portland in exchange for former Indiana University big man Noah Vonleh and veteran swingman Gerald Henderson. Charlotte also picked up shooting guard Jeremy Lamb from Oklahoma City for Matt Barnes. Barnes, though, is expected to be moved on by the Thunder. And now this late report tonight from NBA insider Adrian Wojnarowski of Yahoo Sports. This one could be a blockbuster. Woj says the Kings and Lakers have already exchanged the framework for a potential trade involving All-Star center DeMarcus Cousins. The 2 teams hope to intensify those discussions tomorrow. The offer is believed to include the number 2 overall pick, which would probably be Jahlil Okafor, and the Lakers' lottery selection from a year ago, Kentucky power forward Julius Randle.
And pending Kobe approval,
Yes.
I'm sure. We're exactly 5 weeks away from the Bears reporting to training camp in Bourbonnais. John Fox and the team are currently on break, but their practice facility is still being used. Nearly 300 kids are running around the Walter Payton Center for the Play 60 character camp. Jen Latta was there.
Kayla Figueroa thinks this may be the highlight of her summer. Sure, it's early, but playing football on the same field as the Chicago Bears practice on with actual Chicago Bears, that'll be tough to beat.
It's really fun, and we get to meet some of the Bears players.
That reaction is great because, you know, a lot of times a kid don't even know what what the Chicago Bear does until you, like, you know, they see a poster or watch a game, but they see that what we actually do on a daily basis, they get a good performance out for them on Sundays. They know they want to add more questions. They want to ask questions. We be like, cool, and their eyes just light up when they see people like me or Sonoris or other guys who used to play football.
This is the second of 8 Play 60 character camps around the country this summer. They're, of course, teaching basic football skills, reminding kids about hydration and nutrition, but also emphasizing some character traits that will benefit these kids long beyond football.
Some of the most valuable lessons is get along with others, talk, because more people that you don't know more stuff than you if you don't know it and unless you talk to them. The little things that makes a kid's memory is if you actually get involved with it and just talk to them.
Since it started in 2012, more than 13,000 kids like Kayla and Angel have been sweating and smiling with the Play 60 brand.
I'm from Chicago, and the Bears are our home team, and it's good to know that they're trying to help us learn football like they learned.
We learned how to set. We learned how to properly catch and how to properly run with the ball.
I get to teach character. I get to teach a little about football. I get to teach a lot about fitness. So it's all those things. It's gonna make more productive community members, and that's in the long run. That's what we all want.
At Hallis Hall, Jen Latta for Comcast Sportsnet.
Jen, thanks a lot. We'll head back to Wrigley Field after the break and hear from Miguel Montero after the Cubs' 4-game win streak came to a halt tonight.
My dad thinks the best color for a car is red. My cousin says he prefers European cars. And my friend, well, he thinks everyone should drive what he drives. My car is my car, and it's my choice. Mitsubishi.
Now, get special discounts featuring 0% APR financing for 66 to 72 months. Stackable rebates and APR cash at Max Matson Mitsubishi, maxmatson.com.
You dreamt of a kitchen to cook, with details in every nook. Then I showed you a crack on the wall and found you a house that was a smarter call. Let a RE/MAX agent guide you. RE/MAX, dream with your eyes open.
You decided to downsize your home. Then I said the contract should include an inspection, which revealed you weren't alone. Let a RE/MAX agent guide you. RE/MAX, dream with your eyes open.
We're here in this auto graveyard to demonstrate a remarkable car polish. New Finish, the once-a-year car polish. Simply wipe it on and just wipe it off. It's that easy. And look, New Finish restored a deep, hard shine even to this weather-beaten car. We polished this car with New Finish and ran it through 52 car washes. Even after heavy-duty detergents and powerful scrubbing, the water still beads. So get New Finish.
Available at Advance Auto, Target, Lowe's, Walgreens, AutoZone, Walmart, and other leading stores.
Who says desirable can't also be responsible? With 46 standard safety features, the Lexus RX is proof that fun can be good for you. Lease the all-wheel drive 2015 RX 350 for $399 a month for 36 months. See your Lexus dealer.
Pride. It's all around us. It's who we are. An unbreakable fabric. A lifelong bond, which binds us all together as one. And as we chart our course on the next big journey, let's celebrate the moments.
back to Sportsnet Central. Juggling. Nice job.
Very nice.
Could have used that at Wrigley Field last night. Earlier on CSN Plus MLS action, Men in Red taking on DC United. Facundo Correa gets a leg on it here, but check out the effort from firekeeper Sean Johnson. Nothing in the scoring department at intermission. 73rd minute, United back on the attack. This time Johnson's not so lucky. A rocket from the leg of Connor Doyle. It goes in, DC up 1. 90th minute, Fire still looking for the equalizer. Harry Shipp launching one, but nothing doing. United with the only goal in the game. 1-0 is your final from Toyota Park.
Back to our top story now. The Cubs trying to extend their winning streak to 5 with a third straight win over the LA Dodgers. Kyle Hendricks, though, had a rough outing. Adrian Gonzalez going the opposite way here in the second inning. A solo shot made it 1-0 in favor of the visitors. And then in the third, it was Justin Turner's turn with 2 outs, a couple of runners aboard. He launches one to left center field. 3-run blast gave the Dodgers a 4-0 lead. And that would be more than enough as they win it 5-2.
I thought today he threw the ball well. He just, I would say probably a couple of wrong pitches at the wrong time. Overall, I thought other than that, it was good. He had good command. But like I said, it was wrong pitches at the wrong time.
Location? Or?
No, just a wrong selection,
okay.
I would say. Other than that, I think he was pretty much was fine, just the homer, 3-run homer, obviously hurts, but when you're looking at the situation, you shouldn't even got to that point. We give up the pitcher's double, and other than that, Adrian Gonzalez, he hit a solo homer. I got nothing against solo homers. I don't think they beat you. But other than that, we battled. The bullpen came in strong. They did a great job. They just did better.
You guys have played so well. Are you almost surprised when you do lose now, considering the
I'm surprised when I lose every time. I think we're going to have a good chance to win every day we go out there. But yeah, it was a tough game. We should have taken a little bit more advantage of their starter today. But we got to give it credit to him as well. He threw the ball good. He kept the ball down, the breaking ball down, and kept us off balance.
When you said pitch selection, are you talking about?
Miguel Montero, #WeAreGood. Earlier we asked you, do you think the Cubs will be contenders in September? Mia says definitely contenders for September. Like the Blackhawks, the Cubs will win more games as the playoffs come into sight. Adam says young core power and defense to carry them into September. Cubs should make pitching moves before the deadline. I think Theo and Jed are working on that. We thank all of you for your responses.
Our GMC professional grade player of the night is Blue Jays pitcher Marco Estrada. We showed you the highlights earlier. 8 2/3 of shutout ball. Nearly the perfect game. Giving up just 2 hits and striking out 10 Rays in the no decision. Elsewhere around Major League Baseball, first place Cardinals taking on the Marlins, and a little long ball theme in this one.
26, and he covers that one to center. Deep and gone and quick. Wow! Number 27. If you're not tuning in to watch this guy, you are missing one of the great power shows of all time.
Long with a drive into deep right. That baby is out of here. Colton Long. It's 2-1 St. Louis. Hayward jumps on that pitch into deep right. Stanton is back, and it is gone. 3-run homer. Hayward launched that baby. It's win number 47 for the Cardinals. They hold on 6-1, the final.
I did nice work, didn't I?
Yeah, full disclosure, that was our resident Cardinals fan. Edited that highlight. Yeah. Garrett Cole trying to become the first 12-game winner in baseball this season, but the Reds had other ideas. Todd Frazier, RBI double to right. That scores Billy Hamilton. 1-0 in favor of Cincinnati. Next up, Jay Bruce. Drives one to the gap in left center. That will bring Frazier around to score 2-zip Cincinnati. Then on the very next pitch of Mr. Cole, Marlon Byrd, the former Cub. He's had a pretty good career since leaving Chicago. 2-run homer there to center, his 12th of the season. Reds would chase Cole early, and they go on to win it 5-2 in Pittsburgh. Time to check out tonight's country financial top performers. Glenbrook North product Jason Kipnis of the Cleveland Indians, extending his hitting streak to 19 games against the Detroit. He went 1 for 3, scored a couple of times. We showed you Marlon Byrd. He went 2 for 4 with a homer and 3 RBIs. Oakland's Brett Lowry had 3 hits, including a grand slam homer against Texas.
Vandy alum and Detroit Tigers pitcher David Price looking calm as his Commodores going for back-to-back College World Series titles. Taking on Virginia. Winner takes all. Vandy up 2-0 in the 4th. Virginia freshman Pavin Smith open up the champagne pop. 2-run homer. Ties it up. More from Smith in the 5th. Runner on second. Slices one into left. Here comes the runner. Here comes the throw. It's not in time. Virginia takes a 3-2 lead. Price, your thoughts? Yeah, a little concerned.
You know, Will Perdue is there tonight.
We call that the Cutler here in Chicago. Vandy with the tying run at the plate. Nathan Kirby freezing Kyle Smith. And it's the pile. Virginia wins the College World Series 4-2. We got to work on getting the NCAA better trophies.
The plays of the day are presented by Lexus.
Number 3, go back to Wrigley. Yasmani Grandal being friendly here. Grounder to Anthony Rizzo. Perfect spot as Rizzo tags out Andre Ethier and fires to first for the old 3-1 double play. Scoop, tag, throw. Nice play. Cubs, though, lose this one 5-2.
Number 2, we head to Miami. John Jay lines a shot to the right side, but nice hops there from D. Gordon, the son of former Cubs and White Sox reliever Tom Flash Gordon. Flashing the leather there, but the Marlins would lose to the Cardinals with all those Nat full home runs, 6-1.
Top play, no-brainer. Blue Jays Josh Donaldson. Cheater-esque. Some might say Juan Uribe-esque.
That's true.
Helped keep a perfect game going for Marco Polo Estrada. All-out effort here. Jays win 1-0 in a 12-inning affair. And look out. Oh, the kid took one there.
Fortunately, there were no dads holding babies or fans juggling soccer balls while I was.
Thankfully, we are done. That's going to do it for Sportsnet Central, presented by GMC.
I'll be at the Advocate Center tomorrow night.
All right.
Full coverage of the NBA draft starting on Sports Talk Live at 5.
I'll be there.
You'll be watching.
I'll be watching.
A pitcher who can paint the corners is known as a Rembrandt. At GMC, we get why people love that kind of precision. After all, in everything we build, that's exactly what we deliver. This is precision. This is GMC. Now pay no interest for 5 years, plus get $2,000 purchase cash on 2015 Sierra SLT models.
We all want that wow result on our own projects, that perfect reveal. To get it, all you need is proper prep and the right tools for the job. 3M Adhesive Technology delivers sharp paint lines and clean removal, so you can be confident you'll get great results. No surprises and no rework. Prep your next project with Scotch Blue Painter's Tape and pull off a better paint job.
Choices made right now, this very moment, will decide the rest of your life. With consequences that can never be reversed. If you drink and drive, you will lose your license. You will go to jail.
Skin's ability to retain moisture weakens with age. New Gold Bond Strength and Resilience has skin-plumping moisturizers and proteins from the Resurrection Plant to bring skin back to life. 84% saw an improvement in skin texture in 5 days. Gold Bond Strength and Resilience.
Thanks to Gold Bond Powder Spray's fresh scent, I smell as good as I look. Is that even possible?
Gold Bond Powder Spray cools and dries your body and leaves you with a fresh, clean scent all over.
Stay cool with Gold Bond.
Get the best tools for any job at Menards. Right now, all stock Bosch, Skill, and Dremel power tool accessories are on sale. Pick up these 10-inch saw blades. This 2-pack features one 28-tooth and one 60-tooth carbide-tipped blade, $19.99. This lithium-ion power box job site radio and charger provides 360-degree stereo sound, $149. And this 18-volt 2-tool cordless combo kit includes a drill, an impact driver, and 2 lithium-ion batteries, only $199.
Save big money at Menards.
We now join the following program already in progress.
I've gone to Cubs games, but I'm just an overall sports fan. I keep up with the farm systems of pretty much every team, coaching staff. Sports is a very big deal for me.
Will anything about what happened last night affect your thought process the next time you go to buy a ticket?
Well, I mean, these tickets I didn't even buy. They were just a gift from some people at work. So normally I'm not one to afford tickets like that. So it was just a funny circumstance and situation. One of the guys I was with was visiting from New York, and it was his first time in Chicago. And that's kind of the reason we got the tickets, to show him the Chicago experience with the Wrigley Field and the ball game and all that. So I don't think it's something that I'll probably be repeating, but who knows, with all of the fanfare, we never know what happens.
When did you realize how big a deal this was? 2 seconds after, like, uh-oh, or holy smokes, my phone is blowing up?
It was kind of been a gradual build. At first, my phone did blow up, and Twitter, like, all my friends text me and tweeted me and whatnot, and then throughout the game, like, more and more attention, and there were some reporters and some interviews with MLB and ESPN and Comcast and all the different types of networks and whatnot. And then I got home and saw that I was on the top play of SportsCenter, and I just lost it.
Unbelievable.
Anybody from the other side, Keith? I know you obviously people with opinions have expressed themselves this morning on our show and other shows, and obviously there's two sides to this debate. People look at it differently. But your parents, in-laws, anybody else say, "Hey, Keith, what were you doing?"
Oh, no. I think everyone that knows me knows that Isaac and my wife are my complete world, and I will do absolutely everything in my power to keep them safe and protect them. And I think anyone that knows me knows I'm a decently athletic guy. I don't think anyone that saw the situation that is familiar with me and my wife, my kid, my life, thought twice about it.
Did you get the ball signed?
No one came over. I heard Adrian say some really nice things, so I'm pretty appreciative of that. And Joe and Jason were both pretty impressed. So I feel really fortunate. It's kind of just a weird experience, and I'm taking it in stride.
Think you got to make sure you're now a Cub fan, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty cool.
Well, the wife was wearing a Cubs hat, so she's already been assimilated.
Well, thank you for taking a few minutes for us. And, again, I thought it was absolutely awesome. As long as you hung on to Isaac and made the play, congratulations.
Thanks, guys. I really appreciate the time.
You bet.
Thanks,
Enjoy
Keith.
it. See you, buddy.
Have a good day.
Have a good one.
You too. There he is, Keith Hartley, the father who made the great play at Wrigley last night. All right, 312-235-25.
Sounds like a nice guy.
25. By the way, we have some breaking news out of Finland.
Breaking news out of where?
Finland.
All right, what is your definition of the breaking news out of Finland?
The greatest comment ever by a Blackhawk player.
Teuvo is from Finland.
Correct.
Is this Teuvo related?
It is.
I've been accused of having a man crush on Teuvo on the text line here. So what did Teuvo have to say?
Teuvo asked about the fans in Chicago. Female fans in Chicago are quite horny. They come really close.